2, 1. Showtime.
Greetings and blessings to all my listeners and viewers out there in the Primal 4K app, Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web. I want to welcome you all to another episode of Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane the Shrub Watson. I'm back like I never left. I missed last week's shows and I heard you guys held it down.
Yeah,
I'm back.
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. And I see you guys had some predictions last week.
Yeah.
We're going to go into all of that later in the show because you guys previewed the NFL Super Bowl and now we have to review it.
No, but before we review it, you have to talk to the people and tell them.
Definitely. I was telling them what to expect for the show. Bit of basketball, bit of some tennis, some NFL. I mean, Peter have some UFC and probably some road acts talk about, But the controversial boss will be on at the midway point. But to kick things off for the show, I mean,
why were you missing?
Why was I missing? I was on national duty.
Yes.
Just like I'll be missing next week. But last week I went to a tournament in Broward in Fort Lauderdale and it was a success, to say the least. I mean, I was a bit disappointed in my performance in the main event that I went for. I started out slow, which cost me progression in that event. But overall, I saw it as a productive tournament, especially for the juniors that went. I mean, they held it down and they carried the seniors. We have Mark, so to say, in somewhat, but they played remarkably. You can see where they're getting fitter, not only on the table, but mentally. I see where they played smart and not hard. As to me, that's where you have to bridge the gap and know when to do what, not because you can do everything.
I think that's where that's the point of transition.
Yeah.
When, as you said, play smart, not hard.
Yeah.
That's when you're ready
you can't
for
just go at 100 miles per hour like you're driving a green machine. No. But so you have to can gauge it and when to spin versus to drive, to go to the back and go to the front. And the thing is they listen well. And they adapted. I mean, they lost some close matches, but overall more wins than losses. And I mean, Jalen Ebanks came back with a lot of trophies as he went to the final of the 2150. So, I mean, to see their growth from the last tournament they played, which was national championship, so to say, in September to where they are now, it's definitely a wide growth.
No, you being the captain of table tennis right now in the country, and let me ask you about your time as a junior. Did you have, like how Jade and them have you now to kind of guide them through the process? Both you and Simon is there as national champion to help guide them through the process. Coming up, did you have that type? Did you have a Peter Mouyang or a Joseph Dibbs guided you on tour, or you're a man on an island all by yourself?
Well,
what's the difference? Because I know, tell me the difference.
The difference to me, I didn't travel much as a junior.
Okay.
So I didn't have much junior tournaments under my belt. I've never been to a Caribbean juniors. So that transition for me, becoming a senior, I thought it kind of took a longer while than
you never had that guidance.
Yeah, but he had some senior players that helped me out. I mean, Nigel Webb always gave a listening ear or helping, and that's where I started to develop. Where I went to the gym more because I saw him going to the gym. And I'm like, this gym thing, and then I started lifting more weights and tried to get fit to do more running. I mean, Chris Marsh, I've been on teams with Chris Marsh. I mean, for probably 3 decades.
Spanning
from the
a very long time.
Yeah, from 2000 to 2010. So there were seniors there involved. I mean, I've had small stints with Steve Newton. I mean, Michael Hyatt. So I had seniors there that helped me to grow. But that was later on when I was starting to turn a senior. As a junior, though, I didn't get much
other guidance
because, again, I said I didn't travel much as a junior. On junior team, because no junior team.
And also, to be fair though, back in those times, I don't think we had much integration like how we have it now. So I think this time around, with you being there and Simon being there and Mark being there as the senior players and the national champion, I think now is a much better time for these young players to make that transition much quicker than you did in your time.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I see where, as I said, them telling.
Yeah.
You know.
That would be teachable. That's number one.
Very,
the first
very
thing.
Teachable, and they assess the game and they listen and they try.
Yeah.
So it's not like be like, what you really telling me? But they at least try and they will go against it and then see where. And they give you feedback and be like, oh, this don't work, and be like, you know? And I mean, unity strength is in unity. And unified and moving forward, I think that. I mean, little from this, I'll be the third string and they'll be leading me, which I don't mind.
Yeah, because that's a transition. That's a transition. We see it with the top teams in the Caribbean now, which is Puerto Rico. I would say having top 10 players, a female who is top 10 in the world. They have you have another top 15 male player, and that's the same process as Siberius as the national champion. Help carry these same people through the ranks, and so I think it's good. And as I said, back in the days, I think one of the problems that we encountered in table tennis back then is that a lot of the senior players disappear from the scene. So a lot of us never have that guidance. As you say, you got
especially in Jamaica here, because most of them overseas.
Everybody went off.
Even when I was coming to the fray, Angelo were migrated.
Exactly my point.
Europe. So
these kids have it. They have a gold spoon. They have a.
So they use it to their advantage.
Yeah. All right. So tell people.
The gold spoon can be bad and good.
It can be bad and good, but you guys know for tailor it because you're all national champions. So you have an idea of the journey.
And the crop coming up as very talented. And I mean, when I look back in my time, I'm the only one left playing. Simon's even in your time coming up, you were the only one at one point playing.
Yeah.
And even so, you have to bridge together, keep them together.
Yeah.
I mean, talent is definitely, because even last national championships, we had 2 semi-finalists that were juniors.
Yeah.
And then now those 2 juniors that went abroad did very well. So that's 4 right there.
Exactly.
So we have a strong core of, I would say, 4 to 6 juniors coming up that definitely can not only break it in the seniors, because they're already breaking into seniors, but lead the way.
Yeah.
Little from this, I mean, 2 years from now, I see them, and I'm just kicking back, playing number 3, and winning that match. Okay?
I don't think you still want to be number 3, but
I'm always number 1.
Yeah. But all right, so tell the people now, you say you're leaving again. You won't be here for Primal Sports next week.
I'll tune in.
So where are you going next? Where's the next stop?
So I come on an interview. I'm a featured athlete on this show.
Yeah.
I'm going to San Francisco for the Pan Am Cup.
Yeah.
It starts February 18th to the 24th. So starting this week, crew of Jamaicans will be there, flying the flag high. It's going to be a tested tournament where we battle people from all across Latin America. You name it, Canada, United States, Caribbean right here, Cuba, Puerto Rico, as I mentioned, South Americans. And it's a top level tournament. And we have top ranked players in the world that will definitely be there. So, I mean, it's a tournament where I'm glad I'm going.
Yeah.
And all of this is geared for the Caribbean Championships in June. So the more tournaments I get to play along with juniors and the better.
And better motivated you'll be as well, because sometimes you just stay home and play Peter at Sharks.
No, I'm actually grateful for that.
No, well, of course you're grateful for playing against Peter, but you need a tournament underneath your belt, So the road to Barbados is supposed to be
test one.
Yeah, man. It is one that we've been eyeing from last year.
And the juniors will be there before in April, so I wish them all the best. I don't know if I'm going to make that trip, I'm not sure yet, but I know they're going to go down there and perform well, because I see the path they're on, and they have a strong group, and with the coaches, everything, it should be a show.
All right, so that wraps up local table tennis. All right, so we're moving on to the NFL.
You guys well. I predicted the Chiefs.
Everybody was wrong.
Everybody was wrong.
In a sense, yes.
In a sense, but I don't like playing on the fence,
No, everybody was wrong. I give that to you.
And even before, I remember the week before where we were talking, you had crowned Mahomes as the GOAT.
No. What I said. Let me
what you said, that if he had won.
Yes. But no, him have to wait. No.
So he's number 2, number 3.
No, he's still about. I put him at 2-3, run about there now.
So he's better than Joe Montana? Because we know who the GOAT is.
He's slightly ahead of Joe.
Slightly ahead of Joe.
Slightly. If not on par with Joe.
No.
You know?
Okay. But Tom Brady is
above Tom Brady?
Joe don't get him flowers doing it.
Yeah,
Joe was really great, you know, but it was great for a short time.
There were two Joes in there. One to name.
No, Joe, we know.
From the Jets? No.
Joe one time.
Montana we're talking. But anyway.
Overall, Eagles deserve credit. They started good. The defense is superb, and I mean they took it to the Chiefs early, and to me by halftime the knockout punch was already landed.
Yeah, it was up.
The Chiefs couldn't rally back and forced them to play even more with those two early turnovers. I mean that's where I think the game kind of just swing Eagles' way, and the scoreline 40-22 probably doesn't even reflect the true dominance of the Eagles, because at one point it was 40-6, it was 34-0, one of the most lopsided Super Bowls I've seen in a while, and coming from a two-time defending champs to go in and beat them, Eagles deserve all the credit. So it's not a knock on Patrick Mahomes to say, oh, he's not the GOAT, but he's still great, and he's still in the conversation, and his career is still ahead of him, and he's at this pace. You can't compare him to nobody. He's ahead of everybody, but we have to wait till his career is over. And this asterisk will go against him in another final.
Of course, because to get blown like that, there's only one great QB I know got blown up the way Patrick got, and his, what's his name? Oh boy, I was far the Manning brothers. Yeah, Seattle won, and Russell Wilson won the first one against the Broncos. Against the Broncos, it was a blowout as well.
Or against Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, when he switched over to Denver, had that historic offensive season. And it comes to my point now that what win championships? This is an argument. Defense win championships, and this is an argument about defense can't score points. But I do understand that. But the defense sets up the offense, in football, in American football. And Peyton Manning had an historic season in terms of
people
points.
Peyton Manning as the greatest regular season QB.
Yeah, as points. Tom Brady in 2007. That was another great offense with Randy Moss. Lost in the finals. So all these
was
great.
The blow.
No, it wasn't a blow. But the point I'm making is that defense. But the point I'm making is that defense win championships. When Seattle won,
defense don't get much credit.
Exactly.
It's always the quarterback.
That's
or
exactly
the wide
my
receiver.
point.
But the defense.
You just check the history of football. Great defenses always win in the finals. Not great offense, great defense.
But Chiefs have a fairly decent defense as well.
It was decent, but when you look at what the Eagles did, Patrick Mahomes had no chance. And then I thought Andy Reid's game plan was horrible.
I don't rate Andy Reid from
No, everybody thought him as a genius.
No, I don't rate him from
my point is this. If
Patrick Mahomes saved Andy Reid, to tell you the truth.
Probably.
No, definitely. Patrick Mahomes would win no matter where he goes. Andy Reid wouldn't win if he didn't have Patrick Mahomes.
I agree with you.
Andy Reid lose some.
How can you not run the ball in the finals? Your QB is under pressure.
Exactly.
How can you not start running? You have a good running back. What's his name? Pachenko. You have a good running back.
Mix it up.
You have four. The man in this a tee off on Patrick Mahomes, and I'm saying Andy Reid could not change the game plan during the game. No, sir.
I tell you this from money. Andy Reid reminds me of Mike D'Antoni.
You stole my thunder right there.
I'm sorry, Peter. I'm sorry, but I had to say.
You can't come with the line.
But it was so obvious, and I'm surprised a lot of the former football players not talking about that aspect of the game in terms of Andy Reid game plan or not adjusting the game plan during the game. If you get 4 man, is a 4-man rush the whole game in?
It was lopsided. It was lopsided, and I was watching in and out because I was at the tournament, and I saw, as I said, those early 2 turnovers and the scoreline. I was like, oh, this is over.
No chance.
But I had the Chiefs winning. I thought it would have been way closer. High scoring, definitely. I thought it would be like probably 31-27 or 34-37.
It was still high scoring.
Yeah, it's definitely high scoring, over 60 points. And if you look on Eagles, defense, as I said, leads the offense, just like against the Commanders, they blew them up 52 points. 55 points a square, remember.
And Jaden Daniels showed a couple of interceptions.
The pressure. So the Eagles en route to this final, and even earlier runs, Eagles were favorites. Eagles are favorites. So, Hats off to the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, good QB, but the overall team of the Philadelphia Eagles, I think, is a better team than the Chiefs. You know, the star power with the Kelsey and the Mahomes.
And Kelsey was absent.
Yeah, absent.
He was absent.
Yeah.
We saw more Taylor Swift than Kelsey.
Swifties.
Yeah, we saw more of Taylor Swift on the TV
than
Kelsey. He was absent during the game. He was absent. I can't understand.
And it's sweet justice because the Chiefs beat them a couple of years ago. So now Eagles returning.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this can be a budding rivalry in the NFL because I think the NFL needs that rivalry.
Need a rivalry.
I mean, just like how Lakers and Celtics back in the 80s.
Yeah.
But this could be a rivalry.
Could be. I think it's going to be tough because when you look.
NFL is tough though.
Yeah. Overall, it's tough.
Overall, NFL is tough.
It's hard to do what the Chiefs did in terms of 3 finals in a row and 4 in 5 years. You know, it's going to be tough because as I said, Baltimore is still there. You know, the Ravens is still there, and no, Josh Allen will be back next year. I'm looking for Jaden Daniels to even perform much better. You know, so the Eagles, I don't think it's a given. But I know the Chiefs will be in the mix somewhere right there. But you know, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, you call it, you know. So,
given Sunday.
It's a one-half game.
Commanders
like March Madness.
Lions, Rams can be back.
Which is harder though? Which is harder? To win the NBA championship or to win an NFL? To win the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl is harder.
Much harder.
NFL
because you have your room for error is much smaller.
Randomness. It has a certain randomness.
Yeah.
Well, I think both hard to win.
What about March Madness?
That's hard. Yeah, man.
One game I out, you know.
That's hard. That is definitely hard. NFL is harder because NBA, you have a best of 7 series.
That's what, So
NFL is one.
You can make a mistake and recover.
One player can blow his call and then the game just flip.
Yeah.
One interception. With NBA, and the length of play and the time, a bunch of timeouts, and it's harder to.
It's harder. We agree. It's harder, and it's a good. Eagles did themselves something good, but by starting that way, the refs could not get involved. Could not get themselves involved.
You know who the refs.
They couldn't get involved in the game, but it was a good game. It was a bad game, I should say.
Yeah.
Bad game, but I'm happy for Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. You know, Smith, AJ Brown, all of those guys, the defensive end. You know, happy for them. You know, that's good. Another franchise.
Yeah, as I said, NFL, the Super Bowl, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Worldwide, they're touting up like they want to compare it to World Cup. It's not of that caliber, but and people look forward to it. Even people who don't watch NFL totally, especially the halftime show.
It's more of a festival.
Yeah. I always steal Peter's turn because
halftime show.
He has comments on the halftime show.
Well, a lot of people have comments, so we wait until after sports commentary to deal with the Kendrick.
Here in Primal, they're not like us.
Yeah.
We keep Primal, but we leave that for sports commentary.
Yes.
But, it wasn't that exciting for us. So I probably graded overall with the whole expectations of the 3-peat and Patrick Mahomes being dubbed the GOAT versus the Eagles. This is their second Super Bowl overall. Overall I give it a 4 out of 10. Probably 5.
Third Super Bowl.
No, 5 out of 10. I'm grading the Super Bowl.
Second victory for the Eagles.
Yeah, second victory for the Eagles, but I'm saying overall I grade the Super Bowl probably a 5 out of 10. The hype of the Super Bowl probably was a halftime show. Everybody's talking about that.
You give it 5 out of 10?
5 out of 10.
That's a good score.
Yeah, too high probably. 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I'm stretching because halftime show is buzzing. I'm stretching to give it a pass, man. But overall, I said the whole hype going into everything. 4.5. Thank you, 4.5.
You know, Trump being there, I give it a 6. You know, I give it. I give it a 6.
You give it a 6.
Yeah, man,
the appearance of the superstar.
Yeah, and the halftime show, everything.
The president actually attended the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He might be the first.
He's a sportsman. He's a sportsman.
Is he?
Yeah, man. He's a sportsman. How's that UFC? Your favorite sport? UFC.
Yeah,
I'm boxing back in the days with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he was there.
I've seen him even wrestle too.
Yeah, it was at WrestleMania, right?
No, he wrestled with somebody. At WrestleMania.
Wrestle with alligator.
Is that side?
No, but I know him with that thing. He's a sportsman.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah.
For sure. He's an entertainer for sure. But
all right.
you give it a 6.
Yeah, I give it a 6. It was okay. I give it a 6. That's a failing
I expected
grade.
a closer match. I wanted the on-field play, but overall,
All right.
got the people viewing. But
All right.
that's a wrap for Super Bowl. So next year again, we'll see if the baby goat can
Try
raise
something
his
else.
status, because
Yeah.
you know you guys pushing him up, but he's definitely a spectacle to watch, and I enjoy watching him.
Yeah.
And next year, I mean,
The NFC is going to be tough next year.
And we have a lot of good young
And the
QBs in the
AFC,
league.
no, as a matter of fact, the AFC is going to be tough next year. So let us see if he can come out again. Because Joe Burrow will be back, Josh Allen, Lamar with the Ravens. I think the AFC is loaded. But anyway, that's it for football. We're moving on to the NBA. You know, we didn't get to discuss much
And even
about.
so, we talk about the halftime show now. NBA, I like to talk about the All-Star weekend. Because I remember when I was young, there was hype around the All-Star weekend. Now, I see highlights of skill challenge.
Almost nothing.
It's like nobody talks about the All-Star game.
Yeah.
What can the NBA really do to get back that fandom or that following for NBA All-Star
let me say
weekend or game?
I don't have to explain as much, but stop paying them, cut down on the salaries, stop paying the players so much money. Well, you see, when you do that now, you will
But how would that increase viewership?
No. You see, the fans feed off of the energy on the court, right?
The fans feed off the engine on the court.
The fans feed off of the energy on the court. I think the players, they're too friendly. That's for one.
Yeah, everybody's there's no rivalry.
The competitive spirit is not there, and I think that money is corrupting the game. I think they're getting too much money.
They always get money.
They always get no. Come on, Michael Jordan never used to get them type of money.
Yeah,
and even if you're gonna compare it to,
that is the issue.
I think the primary issue is money. It's just too much money. And you know, so these guys after one, they don't care about the game anymore. And you can see the energy on the court. When you look at Jordan Poole,
so why?
when you look at Bradley Beal and these guys,
so why kill up yourself and play an All-Star game because your pockets are?
It's not just that, you know. You see, when you cut down on this art,
But I remember
play per pay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the All-Star game.
No, but it affects the All-Star game. It affects everything. There's no
the West
rivalry.
versus East.
There's no spirit anymore in the game, bro. There's no passion in the game, and you can see it on the court. And when you don't have passion, the fans can see it, they're gonna feed off it, and the game get boring. There's no passion, and they need to change the rules of the game back to where we could have fight a little bit more.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you.
Like Isaki.
And carry back a little
Like
physicality to the game as well. Yeah, like quite like Isaki, but yeah, you have to bring back a certain level of allow the defenders them to be more rough and rugged.
Usually I'd want to watch the 3-point contest, the dunk contest. I mean, no.
There's no passion. There's no passion.
The NBA All-Star Weekend was a must watch. We'd be like, yo, we're gonna link up and
let me stop for a
link up
second.
and Virgin and be like, yo,
Again,
go
let me
watch
ask you
All-Star
this.
Week.
Let me ask you this.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. No, but I'm saying,
Zion Williams. Zion Williams touted as his big thing. Where is he now? Overweight, fat and overweight. All him do is eat.
I think overweight and fat is
whatever. No, but I'm just showing you that there's no. It's because them get the big contract and all the money so early. They have no drive. They have no drive anymore. And the fans can see it. You know how much games Zion played since year? About 2 or 3.
I don't really want to watch that.
No, but I'm saying Zion is also an exciting player.
Yeah.
When he was on the court. Highlight reel, you know. I know John Morant is the #1 highlight reel player in the league. No.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards is highlight reel.
Just look at them. Look at my boy, Anthony Davis. Gone down with that injury again. You understand what I'm saying? I went to tune into a game the other night. Steph Curry never played. And it's joke
You
thing.
can imagine if you bought tickets and went to the arena and Steph Curry didn't show.
The league is going to go on a nosedive. I can tell you, back in the days, these guys weren't getting that type of money, but guess what?
But
They
even
love
the
the
dunk
game.
contest, the dunkers don't.
They don't want to do it.
LeBron, how comes LeBron never entered dunk contest?
No, LeBron is part of the problem, you know.
Oh,
You know, LeBron started a lot of the foolishness.
chummy and
Yeah, man.
friendship
Greg
and rivalry.
Popovich and LeBron James is to be blamed for a lot of the problems that the NBA have now.
Greg Popovich.
Of course, it's him start off this with sitting the players them and Kawhi Leonard and Tim Duncan and sitting all the stars because they don't want to play back to back.
Something have to change.
The whole energy of All-Star weekend is different.
But
Look at the All-Star game itself.
Yeah, but hold on. Neymar collect a bag of money down Saudi and don't play there.
No, I don't rate Neymar.
But we just say it across the sports and decide the contract.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The money is corrupting sports. Period.
But even so, I mean, why? I remember we used to link up with friends to watch the All-Star.
It was an exciting thing.
No.
Nobody don't watch it.
If I wasn't doing the show, I probably wouldn't even know that the All-Star weekend was going on. I mean, who's on which team? They try to switch it up on. I mean, I think they need to go back to a retrofit. Even the uniforms are change. I don't know.
All right.
Make it competitive. Put more money on them. Put more money to win NBA West versus East. More money on the game or something.
They don't care. They don't care.
More money
They're
$100 million.
They're making like some whole of $1 million. They don't
$100
$1 million that
million.
they get for the All-Star. It's nothing. It's nothing. And look back at the All-Star game itself. Back in the days, at least in the fourth quarter, the man start playing some wicked defense because Kobe don't want that man scoring him. Jordan don't want that man to show him up. MJ and Magic Johnson and Jordan and them competing.
I see Kobe.
Them actually
Kobe got 11 full court in an All-Star game.
Different thing.
Blocking.
Those guys had more passion.
Yeah, and I used to watch those games.
And they cared more about the legacy.
And I see Stephen Marbury, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan.
They were playing defense in the All-Star game.
Yeah, down to the wire, Jason Kidd.
Joking.
No.
Joking.
I don't even know who name on the All-Star
They're
game.
all friends and everybody's all mushy and all of that.
LeBron effect.
It's LeBron because of this Gallivant
So, I mean,
joke business going on the amateur.
So will you be watching the All-Star
For
game?
what? I didn't watch the one last year and I'm not going to watch
So next week we can even talk about the All-Star game because it's
so
just,
only if John Morant was performing in the slam dunk competition, I'd watch it.
so
John
why
Morant,
people like John Morant don't enter the slam dunk?
listen,
John Morant, Zion, if John Morant, Zion, LeBron, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Anthony Edwards, you name the dunkers.
remember Morant got suspended for a bag of idleness, right?
Yeah.
Idleness and
Yeah, but I mean,
There's a reason why the best dunkers aren't in the contest. It's a chance to introduce new talents. So you notice nowadays the slam dunk contest is usually some guy you never heard of before who comes into the game and then wins it, and then we talk about him, sport whatever. Somebody we don't see now again. That's the reason why.
but it's not good for TV.
I think the
I don't think the fans really want
NBA making too much money and is not giving a good return to the fans, and that's why they're losing fans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people reach a halfway point. It's time for sports commentary with the controversial boss himself.
Greetings. I'm going to try and keep this one as short as possible because I want to talk about the Super Bowl a bit more than usual. Except to say that, Kane Watson, the legendary Schwab, there's quite a few fans who want to challenge the Schwab. And we're going to introduce a format very soon that will allow some fans making a lot of noise in the background. They think they can outwit the Schwab. Now, you notice nobody's trying to outwit me in the UFC prediction game because I've been running almost 100 batting. What do you call it? Batting 1,000 for the longest while. Again, congratulations to Mr. Dibbs who made a bet on my predictions last week and probably made a lot of money. And so it is. You're welcome, people. Anyway, fake news. You guys saw something on the internet that Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. scored 7 goals in one game. Have you guys seen it? And then afterwards, I see somebody else post that he scored 10 goals in another game. And Messi's son, now it's gotten even ridiculous. Messi's son scored like 10 goals in another game as well. It's ridiculous and it's fake news. I'm just here to tell people that it's fake news. Some years ago, I had suggested that some of our best athletes should socialize more among themselves. And guess what's happening? At the Super Bowl, I saw Shaqiri come in with Christian Coleman, and I thought about it. Now, Christian is a short little youth, but can you imagine if Shaqiri and Christian Coleman should produce offspring? I said this a couple years ago, for the Jamaicans. That guy would have, their child would have the fastest start in the 100 meters and the fastest finish. Can you imagine Usain Bolt's 9.5 would certainly go to that track? I'm sure you guys agree. I think, because I suggested many times ago that Usain should perhaps keep closer tabs with Elaine when she was single. But I don't know if, I think that Usain likes them a little bit shorter, a little bit fairer, and that's not going to produce good sprinters. But you know, and you guys, did anybody see the Bolt interview on thing where Bolt came out and he's complaining about his money, and boys, 2 years now and he don't hear nothing about his money, and him think the government should help someone and all this kind of thing, and the guy look on Bolt and say, so big man, have you met with the owner of the bank or any of them talk to you? Bolt said, no, nobody talk to me. I feel that Bolt is a champion. Me, I feel so. And I feel if a man take my money, 2 million US, 3 million US, not even 6 million US, you have to come talk to me differently, you know. Because I would be Bolt. And I think that even to this day, I think that Bolt appeared a little reticent in calling up the man name. I bet him couldn't even call the man name. Bolt, what's the name of the man? You know, I thought Bolt with a thing, you know. What makes that government to do? Government is not going to do it. And furthermore, the people who do the interview, why the girl on the couch talking so much? She talking about herself so much, I wanted to hear about Bolt. Did you notice the interview? The girl in the middle just keep talking about herself. If it was me, I would have do this and I would have, we don't want to hear about you. We want to hear about you saying St. Leo Bolt. That's the man in the couch. If you come Primal, you'll be asked questions about running and all this kind of thing. We never want to hear about the girl so much. Now, I find that Bolt seemed a little scared to talk. And I'm just saying it, that if somebody take my money, but people ask me also, is Bolt poor? You know that, you know how much money they took from Bolt? 6 million. His investment was 6. Even if you heard 13 million, that's the projected earnings. But the truth is, Bolt deposited. And even though I hear a report saying probably never deposit the money, you know, but I know that's not true. Bolt deposited the money in SSL because he didn't carry it in cash. We could have said, man, bucket out the money as him coming. Once he lodged a check, he put the money in, right? So people, stop the talk. I saw nationwide news say that maybe the man never put in that money. You know what I mean? And Bold, be brave, man. Be bold. I remember when Asafa Powell was scared to run against Tyson Gay and those other people. You remember?
Yeah.
And I see the man swallow before the race. And Bolt took it upon himself and was bold enough to go to New York and take on Tyson Gay and break the world record. It's only boldness that happened. You know, people come here and beating up people, and then one man challenge them all the time and set the record straight as to who is the baddest man in table tennis in this country. It takes boldness. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how some people gain their respect. Now, yeah, Usain Bolt, $90 million in worth. $6 million, I don't want to say it, Usain. Don't cry over it. You know what I mean? It comes with the territory. Get a lawyer, sue the owner of the company, which he has not done yet. 90 million leave you with 84 million. And yes, you might have to skip an extra cup of coffee or skip an extra lunch because you're 6 million short. But 84 million is pretty cool, in my opinion. You know?
US, right?
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about one quick thing about the Super Bowl, the game itself. Oh, let me talk about table tennis. The WTT has announced some changes that they're now gonna cater to the top players a little bit more, allow them to have a more flexible schedule, and it's a great thing. But you know, one of the tragedies is that Fan Jendong has retired. Are we gonna get Fan Jendong back into the game? No, because right now I see a little man start dominate. Lin Shidong playing superb TT. I would like to see him against Fan. I would like to see Marlon try to make a genuine thing instead of leaving protest. Why we have to leave in protest? A talent like Marlon. Marlon is China's gift to the world. Who's the equivalent of Marlon in Jamaica? All right, leave it myself for that. But let's move on. The Super Bowl, the quarterback simply never turned up. A Super Bowl which would have proven that Mahomes was the greatest quarterback that exists. Didn't show championship level quarterbacking to me. For example, he never did any of the running game as he rightfully pointed out. And you know what the effect that had? The defense closed in on him because they knew he wasn't going to make those short passes and all that kind of thing. His throwing was very dubious. I saw one event where he threw the ball behind the catcher and he threw it into the arms of another player. Quarterbacks don't do that. I mean, when I played linkman at university, I kicked the ball in front of the player, never behind. Never behind. You know that, right? These are basic things in football, and Mahomes disappointed me greatly. However, I made some statements about I didn't expect Kendrick Lamar to do anything great because he only had one song. And boy, was I wrong. Kendrick Lamar turned up at the Super Bowl like I can't say that on the thing, but he really turned up. The show that Kendrick Lamar put on was something special. The show was, I was trying to find a simple way to say it, but the show is what you call an allegory, right? It was rich in symbolism and rich in metaphor because it's a way of telling a story. It's an allegory. I learned that in sixth form literature. But the point is, the man is showing America through the eyes of the black man. That's what Kendrick was doing. This wasn't about the feud with Drake, you know. The feud with Drake is on level 2. But when you're doing a thing like this, for people like me who have followed the rap game all along, you have to come at level 3. So you guys saw level 2. He buried Drake, yes. And I'm going to cover a little bit of that. But the truth is that it was about the black man in America. It was about the flag representing the dichotomy between the Reds and the Blues. Yeah. Did you guys notice? Yeah. It's an all-black crew. And then Kendrick sat in the middle of the flag to show something. Before the game started, you know, they showed life for the black man as represented by the metaphor of the video game. Did you guys notice that? It's a video game, and the arena itself was a big red button. Press play, and you start the game. You guys notice that? Yeah. Samuel Jackson, who has played in shows like Django, as a Uncle Tom, returned as Uncle Sam. Yeah. You guys notice that? Yeah. Uncle Sam. And then he said something. He said he was kind of coaching him, and he came in at intervals to coach him, which is how society reacts to the progress of the young rapper making his way in the music game, right? So, in addition now, where am I? In addition now, if you notice, there were certain things like Serena Williams, who made an appearance in the thing, doing the Crip Walk. Now, you guys not big dancers like me now, but a Crip Walk is a gangster walk from Los Angeles. Serena Williams used to date who? Drake. And she turned up there. What she say? Drake, Serena one time, was song, about her husband is a groupie. And then Serena now dancing on him grave, because that's a dancing on your grave, dancing. Yeah. That's what the whole Crip Walk come about. So when you see Serena doing that little dance, it's a stab at Drake. I buried him. Now also notice that when the show started, you saw the Reds and the Blues? What did Kendrick say? He said you picked the right time, but you picked the wrong guy. Yeah. In the struggle between the red and the blue, they picked the wrong guy. Please note that Donald Trump left early. Did he get a message from Kendrick? I don't know. I look at these things deep. He must have mentioned 40 acres and a mule. You know what that is? That is the promise that black people were given that they would get when they got their freedom. They never got it. There's another dance they did at one point just before thing, you know. And I don't know how many people know this, but Malcolm X used to have some dancers who did that dance, that little move there. And Public Enemy also. I don't know if you know Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype and all those people. That little dance was inside there. So Kendrick also had a chain with an A on it.
A minor.
No, it was not an A minor. Because that's level 2. When I looked at level 3, Kendrick was merching for a company that used that same logo. Because people ask me about that A minor itself. Yeah. And so that's a Super Bowl analysis. But I have one more thing to ask Jamaica people. Does Jamaica really need another parish? We have 14 parishes in Jamaica. And all of a sudden I hear that then we have a 15 parish. People tell me if we need another parish. Because let me tell you something. What I know is that Jamaica has an election coming up. And in an election, it is decided by how many constituencies you win. And so the government might have a reason for wanting to have another parish with other MPs to change the balance. I'm not putting motive to anybody, but the other color is not happy with it. And really, were you asking for another parish when you wake up this morning? You know, I wasn't asking for another parish. You see him, 144,000 square miles. That's sports commentary. What say you?
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, which part is that? Which part of the Jamaica?
Portmore.
What do you want to Portmore parish?
Yes.
Yes. 15 punch now.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm serious.
You in there, right?
Portmore is now a parish?
Yes. That's what I hear. I'm going to be the 15 punch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't
So
know.
you learned something from sports
Yeah,
commentary.
we just learned something.
So, what do you think? You think Portmore should be a punch?
There's a lot of people at Portmore. It's a big place. There's a lot of people. Wow. Wow.
So tell me your opinion on
When
that.
it's a punch, that to me, it really don't care. It don't matter.
As Peter say, you know, is a part of the whole voting thing. You make up more numbers.
Yeah.
So I wonder if over there is green.
It depends on how you divide it up.
Yeah.
Peter always touch upon some topics there. Yeah. Very controversial, but I like how he break down the halftime show.
The halftime show was
It was very symbolic.
Yeah.
What's the word? Allegory?
Yeah. To the ordinary fan, it might be boring just watching it. But because of the symbolic, the whole thing of it and the video, you have to be more, you know.
When finish it, game over.
Yeah. You might say stop watching TV. No one said turn off the TV.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Turn the TV off.
Ah, so you watch it, kid.
And then, I mean, game over. And you see the symbols and the PlayStation.
Yeah, man, everything
flag
was...
and him sitting in the middle and, you know.
I know Froggy didn't like it, but...
And him a drop word, you know. One thing can
yeah.
And my car name, so.
Serena pop out, eh?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm sorry, wrong time, right person? No.
No.
Right time, wrong person. Yeah, right time, wrong person. But it was a halftime show, whether you like it or not, it was one to remember.
Yeah.
And I think that.
And a lot of white people didn't understand.
They don't understand a thing.
They don't understand.
But they research it afterwards.
Yes. Long after, yes.
Yeah.
So now a lot of people say it was dumb, it was stupid, but you see after they research it, they start to change the tune of what they're saying. You know, so them, a lot of people didn't understand.
Did you notice this song was from Black Panther? The song with Zaza? It's from Black Panther, so it's a consistent theme.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't get it. I thought some big analysts.
Yeah.
Why
So we can go analyze.
Yeah, man. It's like poetry, it's like Shakespeare, you know, you have to interpret it, you know, they didn't have no interpret, they thought it was just about the music. Yeah.
Turn the TV off.
They're pretty much like Froggy. Froggy thought it was about the music.
You don't realize that we study this thing.
I know Froggy bashing it, you know, Froggy bashing it from
But it had a lot of key details, as I said, if you don't know. I mean, you went down afterwards.
You wouldn't get it.
And the whole stage, and I like how it's set up. But overall performance, it wasn't, I wouldn't say.
It was not Bruno Mars or Michael Jackson was dancing, but in terms
today,
of representation.
This one will be a memorable performance.
Of
People
course.
still talking about it.
Yes.
Because if you look at the past performance like Usher and Bruno Mars, as I said, Dr. Dre,
Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and all of them.
in recent times, it's okay.
Janet
Probably
Jackson was special.
It was probably a better performance.
For different reasons.
Yeah, for different reasons. What is it for us for a different reason?
But those performances were better, but this one was more symbolic and to me one of the most memorable ones to date.
Yeah. Whitney Houston had a good one too.
They said Michael Jackson one back in
MJ,
Prince.
Yes, Prince.
I watched Prince one
Prince.
Yeah, the halftime show is something a must watch TV. If you're not in the game, there are people watching the halftime show all over and getting reviews. And that's why I said, that's why I compare it to the NBA All-Star Weekend. You need to get something back.
I was wondering how Trump face look when Uncle Sam come out and
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. Them say, wow. And come with this race thing again. But it was good though. Unique. It was unique.
But I mean, to me, that was the highlight of the Super Bowl. Anyway,
the halftime
the game
show. It was
over.
The game was over by halftime.
Yeah.
So the halftime show was the real show. Yeah. All right, we hear some news this morning, or maybe it came out yesterday about tennis player.
Yannick Sinner. Yeah. Yannick Sinner will serve a 3-month ban from all tennis, serving from February 9th to May 4th. And with that suspension, he will not miss any Grand Slams. after testing positive twice.
And let me tell you this, based on how it was reported, Sinner just agreed not to fight anymore. So, and then the whole the anti-doping body said, okay, fine, we agree that it wasn't intentional. You know, it was your masseuse.
Twice.
It was intentional twice. And it just so happened they never want to prolong it because of this very same thing Kane just mentioned. The ban will be up on May the 5th.
May the 5th.
May the 4th. And then French Open is the 29th of May. So he will have time to participate in a couple of events before the French Open. So he will not miss any Grand Slam.
And it's not.
You think that is fair though?
And the thing is, he reached a settlement with the World Anti-Doping Agency.
Because what they say basically is he decided
over
not
his
to.
2 positive doping tests last year. So, I mean, accept an immediate 3-month ban. So he reached a settlement with it.
Didn't he win 2 Grand Slams in between? Didn't he win 2 Grand Slams in between?
Yeah, Kane, hold that song.
It sound.
You the person.
So like you're just sweeping things under the rug.
You the player. And
Damage has been done.
I'm gonna just reach to a settlement with you.
And just sweep it under the rug and you'll all forget about this whole drug testing positive and
so you believe
I'll be back to playing French Open and all the Grand Slams.
You believe the explanation even?
Whether or not the explanation is real, you have to be more aware as an athlete. And I said 1 time, okay, but twice? But then again, it wasn't a high reading. They said it was
trace elements.
Yeah, so he was saying it was slight. So even so, what advantage could he have gotten from?
I think most drugs is not so much for the competition itself. It's for recovery and in training. So you know that is where you improve your performance in training. So it's not really for competition.
And even so, he's off it. Whether he won the last Grand Slam, so I mean he's a top tennis player.
I think you might have a small protest soon. You should probably soon hear about it. You know, I know you're gonna have players that don't agree.
Djokovic definitely going to talk about that. That man not shying away. That man will speak. But I mean, to me it just seemed dodgy and. There's an asterisk could be by Sinner's name
and the fact that what you penalizing him for 3 months and nothing.
3 months and nothing. It's like you're trying to appease the fans.
Let me tell you
the whole tennis world.
Let me tell you.
Test positive, him serving ban.
It's just like if Bolt didn't take off his shirt in South Korea, then would I make him run the race? If he never walk out of the race, then they go.
For the fast start?
Yeah, man. If Bolt let us walk back, so man,
2011?
then would just do on the thing. 2011, we say a faulty start.
Yeah.
Ring card to the field. If Bolt never react the way he react and take off his shirt and walk off, Bolt would have run that race. And it's the same thing for tennis. Sinner is now the star, and they need a star to participate in the Grand Slams.
They don't want tennis to be in a bad light.
Exactly my point.
Imagine the world #1 Grand Slam.
Federer is out, Djokovic on the way out, Nadal is they need another star. So it's a part of marketing. People might say it's conspiracy theory, but it's obvious.
I know the fans make everybody get paid. They have viewership, they have spectators, they have people that go into the arenas, and you want players out there that people want to watch. You don't want to go to
since we're on this topic, you think that like the governing body would have covered up for like a Bolt and this superstar that is changing the sport, like MJ and all of these guys? You think the governing body cover up things with these people?
If they're in good stead, like for example, if you're American.
Okay.
So Ben Jones wasn't American.
Yeah, okay.
Carl Lewis was American.
No, he was Canadian until he test positive, he turned Jamaican.
He was Canadian when he test positive.
Yeah. But we understand the marketing
and
part
Carl Lewis
of it.
is American.
Yeah,
so.
we understand the marketing part of it. So tennis just want the thing to continue to grow. But people, it's time for Froggy in 5.
Kane, you were away recently on table tennis duties as an ambassador for Jamaica and for table tennis itself. the senior in the camp. Question I want to ask you is the talent that we have now, we possess now, and the talent that is there, that you faced. Where do you rank our talents with overseas talent? Where are we? Are we far from them or closer? When you say where our talents, where the partner that is coming up behind you, where do you rank them versus the talents that you faced over there? Where are we?
I mean, that tournament was more of I would say, a smaller tournament. The real tests will come for them at their age group because at the tournament they play people of different ages, different talent level, different level overall. But I think their test will come later on in the year where they go to World Junior Tour circuit and for Caribbean Juniors. And I will get a fair assessment of how close they are. But talent-wise, I mean, talent is a good thing, but it's either here or there. You have to work hard, and you have to persevere, and you have to push on. So they have to harness their talent now with their drive and motivation. And to me, there will be no gap to bridge because we can compete with almost everybody in any sport. Look at bobsled, or for example, we're not known for ice hockey or lacrosse, or for example, say even baseball. I think if Jamaica invests in baseball, we can push out talents to the MLB year in, year out, because we see Denmark do it, we see Cuba do it, we see Puerto Rico do it, and why not us? So if you can cooperate across the board, once they have the drive plus the investment behind them, because a support team for them as well will push them over that edge. So with all that said and all of that gathered, talent is there. We have the talent, but the support system and they themselves have to want it and push out, and we can box with the best in the world.
Big up Shelly raise a price for getting the keys to the city.
How much people have the keys to the city? I don't understand these keys to the city. How much people have keys to the city?
Keys to Kingston, no.
Because imagine you have a house and I mean 20 different people have keys to this.
The reason why I asked that question, because that's the person who's bashing the Jamaica team. Because recently we faced Trinidad in 2 friendlies. The one in Mobi and we have a late equalizer done by Barney Gardens. So 1-1, 2-1 over, and person's bashing the JPL players not ready yet and all of this, and I was like, why are you bashing the JPL players? We already know that they are not of that level. So what are you comparing them to? Are you comparing them to the overseas players?
But what are they bashing them for? The result?
The
level of play, the playing style?
And I was saying that to me, and it goes back to what I've always been chiming for, and I said it last week, and Dale refuted it, and I know I see him looking about turn. Players are not putting in the work. And you just said it a while ago, we have the talent, but they're not putting in the work. We have players in Jamaica, we have the Maggies here, we have players that are better than Maggie, but they're just not putting in the work. They're not working for what they want. Are they looking at Jamaica as just...
What are you talking about? International players?
Local players.
Why are they not working?
How can they not be hungry?
They should be hungry.
They should, but
why
they're
are
not
they
being
not?
hungry.
You know that they're not working?
They're not working, Peter.
They probably just...
When I look at those 2 games, this is someone that, not saying, but overweight, on the field, playing for Jamaica, at a senior level.
Yeah.
The basic things about passing a ball left to right. And this thing about, that's something because we like when we think about Jamaica football, we just, it's crass.
So you think Jamaica is a footballing country?
Not really, but just the fact that, I'm not
We
even
love football, but we're not overly...
But I think I watch local alone, I watch international too. Because I don't believe in certain levels of coaching. I think the basics of passing, controlling, and moving into space is supposed to be taught at an early age. You're supposed to know that already. I'm not supposed to be looking at you playing table tennis. You're not supposed to come to you and say, okay, you have to shuffle away. You're supposed to know these things from the early age. So I don't believe a coach when I see them in coaching
So you say
sessions,
we're lacking the basics in football.
basics.
But that is taught from
Basics.
grassroots and that's not
It's
taught
not
in
being
Jamaica.
taught.
There
And
you
then
go.
when
Why
I-
you think you go to these European countries, so to
Yeah,
say,
but-
or even South America, they teach them a system from their young.
Yeah, but
we don't do that. We just
even-
play bungle ball.
But even if it's not being taught at an early age, you looking to be a professional footballer, you looking to take your career to the next level, you should be putting in the work
So
yourself.
it's muscle memory, some of it from your young.
But then
And you're playing bungle ball from young, then you play money cup. And after money cup, what is your
even if
J-Cup?
you have money,
So how can they improve?
you must.
And it's not an individual
But
sport.
they're playing calls.
But it's
at
not an
under
individual
14.
sport. Fred.
They're playing.
And the system that there's no system being taught. Because when I go to these countries abroad and I say for example I've been to Germany before and I saw some 6-year-olds playing. Boys and girls, they're playing together on a little turf here. And they play in structure.
But I'll tell you something.
If you put a bunch of 6-7-year-olds on a field, say you go to Andrews Prep or one of these prep schools, and you just put them on a field and you try to build them in a system, you're gonna have one star player trying to dribble through everybody. And then you have a next just playing bungle ball and just going
Yeah, but it goes back to what I'm saying. They're not. I don't know. You're not passing the ball correctly. You're not moving into space. You're not doing the
But
basics.
that's what they're
of
doing
football.
from money cup level.
But they're not doing it
So
now.
how you expect them to
What
improve?
happened at the senior level?
Yeah, so you expect the senior level just snap into gear and
That's
just,
what I'm saying to everybody.
Yes, you have to
Why
start from the
are
grassroots.
you expecting
I just
put in the work?
we don't have the same talent that we had 30 years or 40
Because they're
years
not
ago.
working hard
And
enough.
then I'm working on it. They spend most of the time sitting down inside. We don't really have any footballers anymore. With the touch and the skill of
As Kendrick would say,
Alan Skill
All of
Cole,
you watching TV.
Alan Skill Cole, Lenny Hyde. We
Because,
don't
you
don't
know-
have that type of look up. They're not playing enough football, and as Kane said, there's no structure
You
on
know
top
what
of
is
it.
You know what is much of sports?
Well,
And I'll say this, and it might sound weird, but I'm saying it, it's system play. Too many sports have this way of creating a system and you play to a system. Pep Guardiola is known for that. And you know what beat Pep most of in
you
creating a
guys
system.
still see them usually on the streets and play ball like one.
No,
time?
because everybody doing
Because-
system football.
Yeah,
We
that's
don't
part of
need-
it, but
Them playing PlayStation,
We don't-
FIFA.
We don't even have...
we're not outdoor people anymore in
When I was
Jamaica.
young on my street, we used to run up and down.
even-
No, I don't see one kid on the street.
Even
Not
look at-
one.
Not one.
Look at the
Run up and
international
down.
level.
We used to set up 2 little stone and we
You
never
level up.
come across and we play football.
You're leveling sports that require coordination and certain cognitive function. It's going to decline in Jamaica.
We're
Period.
not Jamaican, we're
No,
not.
no, we're talking about Jamaica
But the
though,
pool
because
small
you're
in
on,
Jamaica.
because you're on the
Pool
topic
in
of Jamaica
Jamaica,
football.
we don't have it. Because everybody looking at the system play, everybody want their tiki-taki. When the last have you seen a skilled player in Jamaica? Outside of Waterboard, when the last have you found one player who will willing
a couple
to
players, yeah.
show and
Wait,
kind
but
of
it go back to the same point, Froggy. Skill is something that you can develop on your own, you know. You're talking about skill play, right?
You're talking about
But if you don't play a lot, how are you going to get the
But
skill?
that's what I'm saying, they're not putting in the work.
You know what is the main skill I think we're lacking?
Discipline.
Working hard.
They don't have the... They're not
Working hard is a skill, yeah.
Yeah,
working.
no. Yeah.
Especially on the football field. To
Because
recover, to defend, to do the small things.
when I was watching the game, I was looking at Maggie to take control of the game because you're above this level. You have been playing outside of Jamaica.
I'm disappointed in Maggie. I'm disappointed in
You
Maggie.
play worse than everybody else.
I'm disappointed in Maggie, and to me, too laid back. It's the same problem.
Don't trap back, don't tackle.
And don't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm
And
disappointed
then
in
when I look
Maggie.
at the overseas play, personally, I'm comparing them to them. You can't.
So what you ever against system football? What you ever against?
System football is it take out the raw talent out of individuals.
Oh, we're not talent.
Because when you look at it, you will never see another Ronaldinho.
You will.
No. You will never see another Ronaldinho. Once you're a system player, you will never see another Ronaldinho. You know why? Because system play takes away your own personality.
It take away the creativity.
Yeah.
I understand
So
that.
you have-
But the
But
main
it's so like you want 20 Ronaldinhos on the field.
I
You
don't
can't
want
have 20
I need
Ronaldinhos on the field.
at least two. You will never see another Messi.
hey guys,
I'm
You will
saying
never see
Messi-
another Cristiano Ronaldo.
You see, with it-
Cristiano is a diamond, person. Cristiano is a diamond.
boy, I tell you, with
I can tell you,
the increase in technology is going to be in decrease in skill.
You will
That's
see.
just
They
period.
always go up generation to that will pop up and you'll have to.
Unless we go
But you
back to
can't
grassroots.
have 20 of those players on the
You
field.
go back to even NBA.
That's why you need system players, the fullbacks.
You
need to work hard. You need to work hard.
You need a system.
But-
You need that bustling forward. You need strong players. You need that man in the middle of the park that can do the dirty work.
Remember last
And then you
week-
need a flair player.
Remember last week I said to you that I
You
don't
can't
like
control the
I don't
thing.
like this thing about you have these brand
At 30 seconds, yeah.
brand NBA players and then your team is being blown out and you sit on the bench and you're laughing and giggling and your team is being blown out. But then if my team is down by 20 or if any team is down by 20, star players are out there playing because they have to get back. And the fans see that energy. No, you're down by 24 quarters, 6 minutes
No,
left. They sit around the bench and smash.
but Fraggy, when you talk about NBA, the man them just filthy rich and that's it. They don't care anymore.
Buckets
There's no drive. Once money start flowing, you start do all kind of thing, the passion for the sport will deteriorate. It's facts. It's human nature.
Yeah.
Cut out the money.
You think if Bolt, before we finish, you think if Bolt never make all that money in Beijing, or right after
You will
Beijing,
still be running now.
Bolt would have broke every single record. No,
He
no,
would
to
probably
man.
still be running.
You
Yeah?
will be still
You
running.
hear what I tell you? Would have probably broke every single record on the track just to make that money.
Yeah.
What if they promise him at the end of breaking this and breaking that? Bolt would have demolished, destroyed even the 800-meter record.
Both were on full race.
I'm telling you.
He would have run the fourth.
Wait a minute,
He would probably done the long jump too.
Yeah, well, probably
How would
not.
they do everything, Peter? Does it show you how gifted the man was? The man never fulfilled all of what he could have fulfilled.
Think you know.
Half season probably have a place.
Of course, Bolt no, you don't
But
think Bolt
even in
don't
the
know.
interview, we said it that he came to do 3 things.
Comfortably.
3 peats.
The man get comfortable after 2009. The man did not after 2009.
After Germany. Which year was Germany?
2009.
Yeah. Yeah, after Germany. Yeah, next week I'm going to talk about that.
Alright. Anyway,
Tricky
people.
boy, tricky.
Yeah, man, as usual, we thank the listeners down there in Trelawney, Western Jamaica, Fit FM 96.7, the Primal 4K app, Facebook, YouTube. You know, them tune in to listen to us every Saturday at 4 o'clock, eh?
Yeah. Without them, this wouldn't be possible, so I have to give a thanks to them.
And we have a new segment coming up, you know? Wait, come
Beat the Schwab.
Beat the Schwab.
Beat the Schwab.
I know who the Schwab is.
Oh.
I think you can beat me. Try your luck. So that will be coming up soon. I guess next week, same time, same place. And the word of the day, allegory. Courtesy of the controversial boss himself.
Yeah.
So from the Primal Sports X, have a wonderful weekend and peace.